Okay, so what I want to do now is teeth. So I went looking for some teeth here, and I went searching for dental X-rays. I find this is a really good way to get some teeth. Interesting. England. Okay, so I've already downloaded one of these, one that I liked, and I popped it in here. I was using the aspect ratio of the image, 1024 by 581, and I just kind of put some decimal points in so it didn't get too big and obnoxious, but it is the right aspect ratio. You know, let's just hide my body. And actually, there's part of me wants to try something a little bit different this time. Typically what I will do is I'll use the create polygon tool and the append, and I'll start drawing out the shapes. And you can kind of see, actually there's something weird right there. There's a bit of a weird shadow on this thing, but I want to try something a little bit different, just for fun. I'm going to go all over this quad draw, man. I'm going to make this puppy live, and here, let's go to the front view. And here, I'm just going to hide my grid while I do this. Later on, I'm going to straighten up the teeth a little bit. But if we got this make live, then I go to quad draw, and okay, so for my teeth, I'm going to go and make sure I have something relatively simple. Start off low poly. There. Okay, and you can pop in extra edge loops if you want to and move things around. Okay, round this out a little bit. Make my teeth look toothy. Okay. And what if I went in and as well, let's see if I hold down tab. Oh, I've got the extrude thing on the whole outside edge, so maybe I don't want that. Actually, why is it doing it that way? Well, let's just take a look here. If I go to extend, I'm just going to do it on the edge. Actually, just hold on a second. What if I try this? I'm holding down Control and Shift, and I go to extend, and I use just the loop. So I have it just on the loop. I hold down tab. Okay, and I won't make the tooth part of the gums. It becomes a bit of a pain later on when you're assigning different materials and things like that to it. But that worked out pretty well. And then I could probably come over here, do the same thing, or I could even make a duplicate of the tooth. You know, and if you're really into this, you could totally just go ahead and plant that tooth in there early. Hold down Shift. Boop, boop, boop. That didn't really work out the way I wanted it to. Done. Okay, and then again. Beep, beep, boop, boop. Anyway, that gives you lots to sculpt from. Here, let's try this a little bit differently now. So we got that working, and I could... Come on, you bastard. Okay, this is all one object, so... Mesh, separate, delete the history, take that one tooth, make a duplicate tooth, and I'm just going to center me pivots. That's strange. Why is it giving me this X-ray thing here? Anyway, I can go in here and grab a vertice, maybe turn on a bit of soft selection action. Turn off soft selection again. Anyway, nudgy, 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 and I can do this through the rest of my teeth here, and I can, you know, quickly draw them out if I want to. Let's see this one here. If I just take this puppy, go back to object mode, make a duplicate. When I make a duplicate, it's got a new wireframe, and I'm just going to check out something here. If I go in and I assign existing material, and I go to Lambert 1, okay, don't know why. Don't know why it's doing that. Let's go back to the quad draw tool again. I'll just turn that off. Come on, you bastard. Go away. Go back to object mode, deselect. Okay, it's interesting. And then here we'll try the molar as well. So for the molar, Uh-oh. Quad, quad, quad. I can see all the stars. Okay. Boop, 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 boop. Actually, I have decided I really enjoy this. This is... done. And I can extend those up a bit further. I can duplicate this and move this over. This is going to get kind of boring. So I'm going to stop doing that. One more thing I'm just going to do. Let's just do one more of these. Make sure this is deselected. If I go to here, I'm also just going to make one more of these things for the gums. And so when I'm doing the gums, let's see, I'll put one kind of in the middle. And I kind of noticed, I think, two of these work pretty good. And actually, why did it just do that? Interesting. If I put 2 points in here, that should... when I hold down Shift, I need one up here. Yeah, that'll cover over my teeth. And then maybe I can try doing the, if I hold down Tab, once I get a few of these teeth in, I can just extend this up, and I'll keep whipping my way through here. Oops, let's move that one over here. There, 1, 2. I think they kind of do a weird auto weld thing if they're too close together. Yeah, no, it's actually I see what's going on. It's just following this one. It starts thinking that I'm moving it. Okay, and boop. There. And again, if I try my little thing here, Tab, move and extrude this up, boop, locks onto the side again. Yeah, so I'm going to have some nice gums. And I don't know how much you want to watch me do this, because I'm just going to keep doing the same thing over and over and over and over. So, here I'm going to pause this, and I will come back in a moment. Okay, I'm back, because there's something I kind of noticed, that as you're kind of noodling around doing this, it kind of gets hard to see below the quad draw. So it's really a nice feature to be able to go in here and just kind of move a point around. And I thought I should mention that if you go off of this, you're back on here, and you're trying to see through this, you know, you can do something with the Lambert 1. I always do this trick where I go into the material attributes and I animate Lambert 1 so I can start to see through it. We're seeing through it really quickly because it's make live and the two surfaces are right on top of each other. But if I grab this and if I go into vertice mode, if you hold down the tilde key, you don't have to select the points. You can just kind of move them around and get kind of a similar behavior, so you can kind of quickly do some nudging similar to the quad draw. And that way you can see through your mesh. So if you want to come in here and do some nudging, just tilde. You don't have to select points, just kind of push them around. Also, I kind of noticed that I was getting tired of drawing all these little points here, and I just went, well, you know, actually because of that little trick I did here with the edge loop, if you just hold down Tab, you can kind of quickly come in and do this even faster than what I was doing earlier. And so I thought it was worth mentioning this. Nice fast way to get some gum action in here, and I got enough geometry around those points there to support any kind of gum maneuvers I do. And so the points are close to each other, and yeah, it should hold the structure a bit more. And then I'm just going to take all these pieces, and I'll probably do a little bit of modeling here, because we got this thing. Let's turn off the Make Live. Yeah, I was using Make Live primarily for the quad draw feature, but actually I don't know how important it was that I did that exactly with quad draw, because it'll stick to the surface anyway. Or stick to the grid, that is. So let's just take all these pieces. Let's take this, and I'll quickly give that an extrude. And maybe as I pull it forward for gum action, I could just go ahead and switch from local to global, and maybe give that a little bit, a little bit of a tilt this way, something like that. Grab these vertices back here and tilt them this way, so it's more like gummy type things. It feels like that should be a bit thicker. Maybe these don't need to come out that much. Okay, and then I'll do something similar with all the teeth. Object mode. And let's see, how do I want to do this? Let's grab these two molars here, because I know... Oh, you bastard. So when I did that, I'm just going to make sure this isn't selected. Just want those two. Control E, extrude. Give myself some molar action. And again, I'm going to sculpt the crap out of this man. And I can probably get in here and get their divisions up. Did that do it to both of them? Yay! Okay. Feel like I might want a little bit of this in here. Okay. Actually, if I put in that extra one in here, that's going to split nicely. Okay, great. This one here. Actually, these two here. Control E. I probably could have done the same thing I just did with the previous two. Just go down and get their divisions, crank them up a bit so there's a couple bit more in there so I can sculpt with it. And then these ones here are all just kind of a bit on the thinner side, so let's go and extrude those. Whoop! I might put in one division in here, that's it. Okay, and actually I wonder what would happen if I did a little bit of offset action. No, it's not going to look good. Okay, and yeah, I'll say that's good. Actually, just for a little trick, what if I go in here and I switch to vertice mode and I grab all the ones in the middle? That work? Hee! And I'm going to go up to my move normal tool, and if I just grab it by its end, I can make them a little bit. Come on, you bastard! There, something like that. Okay. And again, these need a bunch of sculpting. Let's just take this tooth here, and I'm just going to go to the face here, 1, 2, 3, and I'll just delete those. And let's go to the front view. I'm just going to find my grid. Time me at 12 minutes. Okay, and I could have lined up this picture a little bit better. Just going to pull it this way a little bit so it's kind of centered. But it's kind of nice having this nice X-ray reference here. And what else can I say about it? Yeah, it's just freaking nice, man. I'm just gonna go to mirror and boop, pop it over to the other side. These ones here, I can't really mirror them properly. Just for the sake of what I'm doing here, what if I group them? And I'm just going to grab the scale tool, and my scale's down here. I'm going to make a duplicate of the group. I'm going to hold down J, flip them over to the other side. They turn black. Got black teeth. I'm going to go and hit Mesh, freeze the transformation. Or actually, if I go here to modify, freeze the transformations. Come on. There we go. It went in and it flipped them around so they aren't black. And, okay, great. So... what the hell's that thing? Must be some leftover plane. Okay, and the big finale for the teeth. Okay, so I've done them all flat like this. Actually, it feels like maybe one more thing. You know what? This is bothering me. Edge ring and split. There. And again, I can sculpt all this crap out later on. Is if I grab all of the objects, let's freeze the transformations, delete their history, and I'm going to go to... where's my deform? Oh, there it is. Boop, deform. And I'm going to go into nonlinear, bend. And there I got my bend tool. And you have to hit T on the keyboard. And then you can bend your teeth. Okay, now we know this bend here is kind of sucky. But we can take the bend tool, grab the rotate tool. I'm just going to hold down J when I'm rotating. It'll snap it to 15-degree increments. Boop. Okay. So there's 90 degrees and 90 degrees. And I'm just going to go and hit T again. And so now you can see I'm bending it in the right direction. I'm just going to bend it in a bit here like this, and then I'll bring this in. And then I'll bring this one to about the same position. And so they're kind of lined up like that. And voila, I have a teeth. I'll just take this and I'll delete the history, and life is good with teeth. Okay, actually there's a funny thing going on back over here. I think I took this piece and I extruded it or something. If I grab this face, delete it. I can't delete that one, can I? There's something weird going on there, something fragging out. But got the teeth working. So I'm going to, oh, you know what it is? It's that freaking Lambert. Just hold on a second. If I go in here to Lambert, yeah, that's what it is. It's the Lambert. Yeah. So when I go and I click on this thing, everything's good. Okay, and so that's teeth. I'm going to do the same thing for the bottom teeth. Then I can take these into ZBrush and sculpt the shit out of them, man. Okay, that's it.